What's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Hope you all enjoyed your Thursday. Hope you're having a great work week so far. Here to give you the latest and greatest model information and guidance for this major winter storm that is not just likely or possible to happen, it is going to happen at this point this weekend for areas of the Midwest all the way into the Mid-South, to the Southeast, the Mid-Atlantic, up into the Northeast. There's a lot to discuss. It's going to be a longer video, and if you really want to know where everybody's going to get hit, or if it takes me a while to get to your location, please stay tuned because I'm going to get to your location. I promise you that. And we're going to try to get as in depth with each location as I can. It takes a long time doing that, guys. I'm going to try to really do that tomorrow night. But I'm going to give you the latest information. We're going to break this down. This is going to be a very impactful event, guys. There's going to be an ice storm part to the storm that's going to be very disruptive. So when you hear winter weather, you can't just think snow. There's going to be ice with this. We wish here in the South we can get all snow, but normally with winter weather systems, it comes with a price, and that price is normally ice. So if you guys have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for me. Like the video if you like it. Hit me up on Twitter. Give me a follow on Twitter. Trust me, I update every single hour. It's a great way to stay really up to date. Facebook, also I'm very active. It's linked to my Instagram, TikTok. I make clips. Quick weather forecast there. It's a quick way to stay up to date. Thank y'all for the amazing support. Y'all give me a platform to talk about what I love, which is the weather. So you guys are a blessing to me. Thank you so much. If you guys got anything I can pray for, put it in the comments below. And just thank y'all for everything. Let's get rolling here because there is a lot to discuss. So here we go. It's the latest European. We're going to do what we've been doing the last few nights and few mornings. We're going to go through all the model guidance, then we're going to break some accumulations down. So stick with me. I want to talk about everybody. So let's just breeze through the European model right here. Here it comes. We're getting into Friday evening. Snow's breaking out over the Midwest, the upper Midwest. It's breaking out. It's coming down. It's dipping down. You got snow breaking out over Iowa. Friday evening. This is tomorrow's. Within the next 36 hours, this continues to sink southward. Let me see if I can get this a little bit bigger. That's about as big as I'm going to get right here. Areas of northern Missouri is breaking out in snow as you're getting into Saturday morning. I'm going to try to talk about the time frames a little bit better for you guys because I've had a couple people mention to try to focus on that a little bit more. So I'm going to do that for you guys. So we're getting into Saturday afternoon time frame now. You got heavier snow breaking out across Arkansas. We keep this going kind of quickly because we're going to break down each zone a little bit more. One thing I'm noticing with the models today, areas like Tennessee, you guys are really trending towards a significant snowstorm. You're going to get hit again. Arkansas, upper level low action. There's going to be what you call a deformation band with this storm system, and it's going to give somebody a big time surprise. It's going to be a pleasant surprise for any winter weather or snow fans, and someone's going to get rocked by this deformation band, which is normally a piece of upper level energy that swings through behind the main part of the energy and drops extremely heavy snow for a couple hour period. For you folks in Illinois, Indiana, especially Southwest Illinois, I really think y'all can get some snow here in the next 36 hours, but not a very impactful event. Then we get into the icy scenario. We get into Sunday morning. You got freezing rain breaking out over central South Carolina, northeast Georgia, heavy snow. I really think we're going to get into the HRRR model runs tomorrow. HRRR model is really great. It's showing the front part of this storm. And someone's going to get a quick couple inches of snow before they change to sleet and ice. And we'll talk a little bit about that as we go. We get into the next frame. This is for Sunday afternoonish. It's switching back to snow for Atlanta. You see this really dark blue. I'll get a little closer to that. That's that deformation band that continues to ride up the coast. Stay with me, guys. I'm going to get a little bit closer here. And this moves up the coast. But the latest GFS, we'll talk about that. It hasn't really budged much. Here comes that area of snow breaking out over Iowa. You get into Saturday morning, heavy snow moving into Missouri. Any rain changes to snow throughout the day as cold air filters in for you guys in Missouri. This is when that upper level energy starts popping up and showing up in Arkansas. You see these darker greens and darker blues. Normally with upper level energy, it's either rain or snow. And there's no ice really with it because all levels of the atmosphere is cold, right? So you don't have any warm nose involved. So it can puke snow at 35 degrees because the upper level atmosphere is well below freezing aloft. So upper level energy is much different than CAD energy, cold air damming. So we're rolling through here. Look at this heavy snow breaking out over the Quad States area, same areas that got disrupted by the tornadoes last month. Bringing through here, this is not near as icy as the European. The next European is about to come out in about an hour. We'll see if it trends northwest. I will tell you, model guidance has either stayed about the same or ticked northwest today, which means warmer runs for everybody. So we're getting going here, and look at the CAD setting up. This is heavy snow, heavy freezing rain, heavy sleet starting to rip up over North Carolina. But look at this. Look at this deformation band showing up over Tennessee. I'm telling you, this is very heavy snow into Tennessee, even northern areas of Mississippi, heck, maybe even northern areas of Alabama. I'm telling you, if you're in Tennessee, central Tennessee, Kentucky, watch out too, but there's starting to be a really sharp gradient for you guys in Kentucky. Places like Ohio, I really think y'all are going to miss out with this event unless it can really turn northeast very quickly and y'all can get the fringe right here of the storm, but that's possible also. But this could be some very, very heavy snow in Tennessee right here. Nashville, y'all could get a quick, when I say quick, I mean y'all might can get 5, 6, 7 inches of snow in maybe a 4 to 6 hour period, inch an hour rates. So this moves through. This is going to be a nasty storm from Charlotte points north with Greenville, Spartanburg, Atlanta. Wild card with this system is, can you get this upper level energy to swing through and switch y'all to snow? So if Atlanta might stay rain 75% of the storm, y'all might not get any ice, just might stay rain. But as the storm's pulling away, this low pressure is pulling away, upper level energy swings through, and as you're getting into Sunday afternoon and evening, maybe some moderate to heavy snow swings back through northern Alabama, northern Atlanta. So if you're in Atlanta and you're watching, you might whiff most of the storm, maybe some backside snow. And then that backside snow starts to spread back over all these areas that started as snow, went back to ice, and then back to snow. So if you're like in Greenville, Spartanburg, Charlotte, into the Triad of North Carolina, there's a chance that you guys might start as snow, go to sleet, freezing rain, then back to snow. A real mess. Combination of everything. It's not going to be an all snow event, I'll tell you that, unless you're deep into the mountains. This continues to go. It still wants to plow this low pressure well inland here. One thing I'll mention here is Washington, D.C., y'all are going to get thumped with a nice band of heavy snow, but it might go to rain and then switch back to snow. Areas like New York City might, brief area of winter weather, go to heavy rain, and then this moves on up the coast here. And it looks like Maine, as you're getting into Monday afternoon, a real big thumping of heavy snow, but some of you guys might switch to rain up there. It's where this low pressure is tracking that's not favorable for you guys at all. But let's get a little bit closer, guys, as we're getting into Sunday morning, overnight Friday and a Sunday morning. This is moving over Iowa, a nice winter storm for you guys. Gets into Missouri. The northern half of Missouri is getting moderate to heavy snow as you're waking up Saturday morning. Getting into Saturday afternoon, this continues to shift south. A band of heavy snow from that upper level energy, that upper level low, begins to start amping up that heavier precipitation. Areas in the Ohio Valley, maybe a band of some light snow. But I really don't think anything significant for y'all. You shift into the southeast. Here comes that snow right here. And here's that heavy snow in Arkansas showing up. Someone in Arkansas is going to get a surprise. I really think so. And here we go. Look at Tennessee. Staying on that northern flank of energy right here, where you got the cold air kind of pressing down on this heavier precipitation. And then here comes that ice breaking out over South Carolina. This is a very scary look. We'll see if the next Euro trends more north and gets folks out of the ice, or if it stays the same or trends back to southeast. But this, as you're getting into Sunday morning, this is an area of very heavy snow. Trust me, guys, I've been under an upper level low piece of energy, a deformation band in Charlotte in 2014 in February. This is the heaviest I've ever seen it snow. It dropped 2 to 3 inches of snow in 1 hour in Charlotte in that mid-February event that happened in 2014. It was insane, heaviest I've ever seen it snow. So, guys, I'm warning you in Tennessee, this could catch you by surprise. It could potentially just absolutely unload snow on you guys as you're getting into Sunday morning. Sunday morning, the storm is really just cranking up for the Carolinas and areas of Georgia. These orange area, there's going to be a flank where there's going to be heavy sleet, and I really think that might set up around Charlotte down in the Greenville, Spartanburg. But you're getting into Sunday afternoon, might start switching back to snow for Atlanta. Areas like Nashville, heavy snow continuing. This is going to be a major system for you guys now also. Then at the end, you're getting into Sunday evening. This could switch to snow, maybe as far south as Columbia. We'll have to see how that goes. Pulls on out. You look at the Mid-Atlantic. We're getting a little bit further north now. This moves on through Washington, D.C., getting a good thumping of snow right here. And moves through, might change to rain. New York City, New Jersey, the entire state might start off as snow. But then switch to rain because of the area of where the low pressure is just plowing warm air advection at the surface and aloft through your areas. So it's not favorable. Heavy snow. Sorry, guys, talking a lot. Voice is cracking a little bit. Heavy snow breaking out over West Virginia. But this is when Ohio could, I've had a couple people ask about Hawaii. I guess that's Hawaii and Ohio combined here. Let me slow down. But Ohio right here could get a nice band of snow as you're getting into the overnight hours, Sunday into Monday, when you get this northwest flank of the storm that moves through. We're getting into Monday morning, heavy snow over New York State and areas of Pennsylvania as we're moving forward here in time. But as far as snowfall totals for the European, this is a swath of heavy snow. And I'm telling you, y'all aren't totally unaccustomed to this in the Midwest, but Iowa, this is going to be a big time, not a big time, but, I don't know if y'all and you folks in Iowa is 8 to 10 inches is a big time snowstorm, but this is some significant snow for you guys. Missouri, a little bit further south, I think this is going to be a nice event for you guys. There's going to be some kind of energy transfer around this area. Maybe somebody gets robbed around here in southeast Missouri. But we'll see how that goes. Look at Illinois and the western part of the state, maybe a few inches of snow depending on where you're at. But look here, this is what I'm talking about. That heavy deformation band in Tennessee is going to drop. I don't know if it's going to drop a foot of snow. These totals are probably a little overdone, but someone's going to get probably 10 inches of snow in Tennessee. I'm telling you guys. We'll see how this works out. I might be wrong. But look here, this accounts for sleet also. 7 inches of snow and sleet, trying to show for Charlotte from the European. I think that's overdone. 10 inches Springfield, Spartanburg, that's overdone. But 13 inches in Asheville, I don't think that's overdone. I think y'all are going to get straight up maybe 12 to 15 inches of snow in Asheville, well over a foot. If you got a mountain trip just happen to be planned this weekend, prepare to be stuck unless you just got a great vehicle to get out of there. But definitely a significant event. The Triad is getting hit. Raleigh, I haven't talked much on Raleigh. Raleigh's tricky. Y'all think y'all start off as a bunch of winter precipitation, but y'all might switch to all rain and then maybe get some snow behind it. But nothing like Charlotte. This is going to be more like Charlotte storm than Raleigh storm. Get a little bit further up the Midwest. The European wants to give the eastern areas of Kentucky, the same areas that got slammed by the snowstorm last week, more snow, but then leaves out areas that kind of didn't get as much. Here in areas of western Kentucky, not as much. West Virginia gets slammed here. Most of Pennsylvania gets hit very hard, and then obviously you keep going up here. But a significant system, obviously, for Virginia. But the southeast part of Virginia, I really don't think y'all are going to get as much snow. Delmarva, sorry guys, you guys have been hit already a couple times. Maybe the northern areas of Delmarva can get a quick several inches before it changes to rain, but I think whatever y'all get gets washed away. One thing, and I hate I'm just getting to it 13 minutes into the video, is the ice. The ice is significant. The European is still very aggressive. You can go on and cut these totals down by about half. You're going to have some significant wins with this for sure. I do want to mention these areas are under a winter storm watch right now. I should have brought that up earlier in the video, but there's winter storm watches up for areas of upstate South Carolina, areas of even the Midlands of South Carolina, areas of northeast Georgia, and then areas of the Piedmont of North Carolina. I should definitely have mentioned that in the beginning of the video. But significant ice showing up here. So, if we go a little bit further north, let me do that really fast for you guys in North Carolina. North Carolina, still significant ice for you guys too. Let's fast forward this really quick. Ice stretches all the way well into North Carolina as this low pressure kind of bowls up this way. It gets that warm nose really close and even shows Hickory some icing. He even tries to throw some ice into the Asheville. So nasty ice look from the Euro. The next Euro comes out here in the next 30 to 45 minutes. That might change. Look at the EPS ensembles as far as snowfall total. Significant winter storm. Solid signal. This is an ensemble run, and this is about as solid a signal as you can get at this range. But unfortunately for you folks in Illinois, from Indiana, you guys are going to get robbed this storm. I mean, flat out robbed. Chicago, robbed as in, I guess you can take it as robbed if you're a winter weather fan. Not everybody's a winter weather fan, obviously, but solid signal for the entire state of Tennessee. And heck, even areas of northern Alabama, northern Mississippi has a better mean than even areas of central South Carolina. But central South Carolina will be dealing more with ice. Look at the GFS really quick. We'll go through this kind of quick. We need to probably speed this video up because I think most of y'all are probably not even watching anymore. But I'm just trying to get through all the model guidance. I want to definitely finish off what I started here. GFS, same as the Euro. This part of the storm is not really going to change much. We'll dip down here, get into this range of the Euro. Shows a very heavy band of snow, same as the European. I'm telling you, it is really liking this heavy band of snow for Tennessee. Heck, even areas of northern Alabama and Mississippi. GFS has not budged much in 48 hours. It really hasn't. It's really set in stone that it doesn't like the idea of really much ice at all here in central South Carolina. But they think the GFS is not correct with the strength of the CAD. But either way, it still shows a significant winter storm for North Carolina into Virginia. But the GFS picks up on this back band of winter precipitation that could potentially throw some quick, maybe inch of snow for Atlanta. Who knows? But throws heavy snow back over to the areas that just got a lot of ice as you're getting into Sunday evening. And maybe some snow as far south as Columbia, South Carolina, maybe Augusta, maybe some snow bands can wrap into here. But this will be maybe a nice little shot of snow as this low pressure departs and as the atmosphere aloft really begins to cool as this filters down here. This could be a nice coating of snow on top of all the ice. It'll be beautiful, but it'll be very dangerous. This is really looking like a winter storm packs kind of deal, mid-February 2014, but a little bit, actually a good little bit warmer, where it was like a 36, almost 48-hour ordeal, a very long storm. You go up into the northeast here, this moves through. Very similar to the Euro, very quick hitting heavy snow for Washington, D.C., Virginia. Low pressure plows through, might switch back to snow, but same situation. A little bit plows that low pressure right into Maine, but still heavy snow. As far as the GFS ensembles, I meant just GFS total snowfall. Very similar to the Euro, really is. Shows this accounts for sleet too, but you know, I don't even like looking at this map because GFS is just bonkers here. I don't think Charlotte's going to get 12 inches of snow and sleet. Cut these totals probably by at least 30 to 40%. But either way, Triad of North Carolina is going to get the heaviest precipitation into Virginia and Southwest Virginia, and then y'all are probably going to stay frozen for the majority of the storm. This little area right here in the Quad States, in the northern kind of Quad States area, if you will, where you're more so in southern Illinois, Indiana, and western Kentucky, it keeps showing this little dry kind of zone where you don't get as much. So watch that little area right there. I don't know how that's going to pan out, but this is a significant winter storm for everybody. Go up a little bit. This is the GFS ensembles. It's a great thing to look at. It's still a solid signal, but the best signal, that's why there's winter storm watches out in these areas. Best signal is right here in upstate South Carolina into western North Carolina into southwest Virginia. And then obviously this area is going to get a winter storm too. But the GFS ensembles are not as stout on the idea of that upper level low, but I bet you they'll begin to increase in the next 12 hours. I really do. Ice totals, really the last 36, 48 hours for the GFS, it's just showed a very narrow corridor of heavy ice. And it's really liking the idea of Charlotte getting the epicenter of the heaviest ice. But a better thing to look at is basically it's called the National Weather Service blend of models. It's probably the more responsible and respectable thing to look at. Shows the ice much more further south. In fact, just west of Columbia, showing a quarter inch of ice. There's one thing I need to start mentioning about the storm, and I probably will in the morning, is the wind that's going to be involved in the storm. If any ice totals build up before the winds get cranking up, this is going to bring down some trees for these areas. But if the winds are already cranking as the freezing rain's falling, it actually might help the ice not accumulate as good, because obviously the wind creates motion, doesn't allow for the freezing to happen as easily. It's like if it's 28 degrees outside and you put water into a plate or something, or a cup with a little bit of water, and it's 28, 25 degrees outside, whatever. But if you just keep shaking a little bit, it's never going to really freeze, right? And that's kind of like what wind does, if you just keep shaking the crap out of trees, right? It's never going to freeze. So watch for the wind. It might help things briefly, but if the ice accumulates and then the wind starts, it might get kind of dangerous. We'll look at the NAM. NAM is in range. Next NAM will come out here in the next 2 hours or so. We're getting through here. It's big time storm, big storm here. Watch this deformation band, wallop these areas in Tennessee. Bring snow as far south as southern Mississippi, heck, even northeastern Louisiana. Here comes that low pressure, and here comes the significant ice cranking up over South Carolina. And here's that purple. This is going to be a heavy band of sleet. Someone's going to see 1 to 2 inches of sleet, guys. 1 to 2 inches of sleet is significant. It really is. It takes a long time for sleet to pile up. Trust me, I've been in a sleet storm before, and it sleeted for 8 hours and only piled up to about 2 to 3 inches. It just does not pile up like snow does, but it's very dangerous on the roads. It's more dangerous on the roads than snow is because it's more ice content to it. But this is a significant winter storm. And then check out the backside snow showers that I think will get as far south as central South Carolina, but I just don't think it'll be heavy enough to really do much. The NAM is very significant with ice, especially on this northwest nose of this CAD event. But it's probably a little overdone too. So find out where you are, look at those totals. CMC, we'll look at this model really quick. Very significant ice storm here, significant winter storm, backside heavy snow. And the CMC is definitely, the Canadian model is definitely ticked a little north, but it's still very significant. It really is. It's liking the idea of basically the NAM and European following that suit. GFS is still on its own. As far as the CMC, as far as snowfall totals, here it is. Look at that band, that upper level low energy. It's really weird here. The CMC doesn't show as much snow really as far, I would say, east, but that epicenter right where the nose of that CAD really gets in is the most intense. In upstate South Carolina and areas of the Tri North Carolina mountains hit hard here. But watch this corridor right here of heavy snow that shapes up here. As far as the CMC, as far as ice, shows absolutely absurd totals. Shows over 1 inch of ice in Columbia. That's not going to happen. If it did, it would be devastating. But this is the latest information. It's what it's showing. Cut those totals probably at least 70%, I would say. The reason for these trends, this is the current run. This is the run prior. Watch the movement of that high pressure as I go back and forth. Current run, previous run. Current run, previous run. Current run. So you notice right now on the current run, the high pressure is a little further north. You go to the run prior, it ticks a little bit south. Therefore, the low pressure right here ticks a little bit south. Therefore, more cold air damming winds out the northeast begin to whip into this area and forms the cold air damming, the really cold air east of the mountains. So that's what sets up this cold air and this cold air damming event, which is normally has warm air aloft, has a lot more ice with it. But the more this high pressure looks more departed or weaker, the less wintry weather you're going to have further south. So watch how that trends over the next, I don't know, we'll see how that trends over the next 48 hours. How does temperatures react to the movement of that high pressure? Well, this is the current run. This is the run before. You see these small scale changes right here at the freezing line? It's not much, but it's enough. And when you have setups like this in the Carolinas, 1 or 2 degrees make all the difference, especially a few thousand feet up. It just makes all the difference in the entire world. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these weather apps and stuff for sure, guys. But here you go. This is the National Weather Service look at how much snow could potentially fall. Probably the most accurate thing you can look at. Stripe of heavy snow shoots out of Canada. But look at these areas right here showing up of heavy snow. Ice, a little bit closer to the ice corridor. Current thinking, in fact, National Weather Service in Columbia is saying maybe 1/10 of an inch of ice, which is a solid glaze. And it's showing over a quarter inch of ice in Columbia, in Charlotte and Rock Hill. Add that with sleet totals and a little bit of snow, and it's going to be a mess for the Piedmont of South Carolina, North Carolina. Absolutely. That's all I got, guys. 25 minutes deep. I'm out of breath. Love you guys. Have you an update in the morning. Stay safe and go on and prepare, especially in these ice storm areas. If you got a generator, you're lucky. Definitely make sure it's gassed up and good. So God bless all y'all. Have a great night and stay safe.